Hello out there, folks. It's Dave from davestation VR, and we're back with another PSVR review. So today we're talking about a game called Cold Iron. Let's get into it. So this is a brand new development team called Catch and Release. As far as I know, it's like two guys, and what they've put together here is pretty decent overall, especially for a first effort. And I really like the basic concept. So you are sort of a Wild West gunslinger type. His father was murdered. There's all this backstory and stuff. And you've got this gun, Cold Iron, and it's like a magical gun, whatever. But basically, it's like a quick draw shoot-off. And so, there's like a ba-bum, 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 and then a ding. And when the ding goes, you gotta get him. And they introduce puzzle elements as it goes on, and it's pretty interesting. I like the concept. It's very simple, and the way it's implemented is very simple. But there's a lot of good production value around the game itself. So the voice acting and the cutscenes are just top-notch. Really, really more than I expected out of this game. I mean, the voice acting sounds like Bastion, if you've ever heard this game, Bastion. Kind of this deep, ragged, like Wild West guy. And it's great. And the story is way more developed than it needs to be for like an arcade shooter based on twitch reflexes and stuff.
I begged him to keep fighting. I'm a father too, you know. Cold Iron was my baby, and it was starving.
But it was much appreciated. I think it kind of elevated the package a little bit. And it's good to see something that's not just totally bare bones and has a little bit of love put into the presentation. So I'll give them big points for that. Now some of the standoffs are really intense once you get into the second half of the game. And there's stakes, it's pretty nerve-wracking just sitting there waiting for the ding, and did I miss? Did I get him? It's pretty good. And the puzzle aspect, like I said, as you go on, they kind of introduce some things that try to throw you off course, and it's not just about having a quick reflex. You got to think as well to figure out where you need to shoot. So I liked that. Now I will say, this game was really fucking frustrating sometimes. Like Chapter 3 in particular. I just did a 2, but I meant a 3. So Chapter 3 is, it starts out with this sniper bit, right? And you have to figure out where the sniper is on the stage. And she's so tiny and so pixely. Like on the OG PS4, I don't know how it is on Pro, but I could not see this lady half the time. And then she just gets you. And the way it's structured is you have to replay... like if you don't make it through all 3 segments of a chapter, you got to replay from the beginning. And so, God, it just was so frustrating every time starting Chapter 3 with that sniper bit, because it was difficult just due to the poor graphical quality on the OG PS4. Now, I've heard they're introducing a patch, so that might help a little bit, hopefully within the first week or two, but we'll see about that. If it does improve it a lot, I'll make another video and I'll mention that. The other issue I had is, while I really like the game, it's a little short for what they're asking price-wise. So it's $20, and there's 4 chapters. Each chapter has 3 stages, except for the last one, which only has 2. And the first one is just sort of like a tutorial, so it's kind of it's not that exciting. So you're really getting like 3 chapters worth of good content. And for $20, even though there's some replay value, getting higher scores, unlocking trophies and stuff. And it does take quite a few tries to get through some of them. You have to learn the concept, figure out the puzzle, and then do some trial and error and, work your way through. But overall, there's not a whole lot of content. So, just a few chapters and no other modes. I would have really liked some kind of like party mode where people switch off and do like a quick draw competition, or like give 2 people move controllers and have them stand in a certain way, like one on the TV, one on VR, like all kinds of good ideas for a quick draw game. But unfortunately, there's no sort of multiplayer aspect or party mode or anything like that. So that would have been a good one to kind of add some value there, bring it up to the $20 price point. The other thing is the graphics, like I said, can be a little bit hit or miss. I like the presentation of it, and the art design is great, don't get me wrong, but sometimes things are just a little too low res to come across the right way, especially in that sniper stage that I mentioned. It just actually hinders the gameplay. But I do like the art design, and what they try to do with some limited resources is, for the most part, pretty good. There's just some occasional graphical issues there. Overall, I really like what they were trying to do with Cold Iron. There's some stuff in it that I just loved and would love to see more of in VR, especially, like I said, the presentation of the whole thing. More developers could kind of learn from that. And even if you're just putting out like a simple little indie VR game, put something around it to make it not so bare bones, you know. If I had to give it a score, I think I would come down at a 7.5 for Cold Iron. The price is a little too high for the content, and there's occasional rough edges. But overall, like I really like what they did and what they were trying to do, and it impressed me in some ways that I wasn't expecting, and that I don't often see in VR. So I can overlook some of the shortcomings. I'd say 7.5. So I would say, if you think this game looks like something you would be interested in, maybe support the developers, pay the $20. But if you've got some issues with what you've seen here, hold off for a sale. I'm kind of coming down half and half on this one. I liked the game. I enjoyed it. It made me scream more than I've ever screamed at my TV in VR. But otherwise, I liked it, I think. Alright, that about wraps it up, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, appreciate you so much. If you like this, hit the subscribe or comment or whatever you want to do, or hit like, all those things. I enjoy that. And otherwise, just have a good rest of your day. Thank you.